Hey guys, what's going on? Hey, welcome to the Ecology Show. Or the podcast, the show, whatever it is you want to call it. It's on YouTube, and I hope that you subscribe and like the video. Show it to your friend, post it to your friends. Let them, I hope they like sports. I hope that they like what I'm putting out. Again, it may not be for everyone, but anyway, I hope that you subscribe to the video. I hope you follow, subscribe, post, repost it, do whatever it is you got to do. Share it with your friends, and hope that they could come in and help me grow this channel. Look at my shirt. Let me see this. Let me show this shirt. 1 second. Let me see. Look at that. We call Billy's there. Sports talk. Look at the neck of my arm. 1804. Only Haitian know about that. Well, a lot of people know about it, but 1804. Anyway, we have a lot to talk about today. Before I continue, I wanna talk about the Jets first. Again, as a Jets fan, of course, I've said it before. The Jets just hired Nathaniel Hackett as the offensive coordinator. Again, if you look at from what he's done, what he did in Green Bay, they always had the top three offense with him, but that's attributed to Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, of course, anytime you have Aaron Rodgers as your quarterback, healthy quarterback, your offense will be, except this year, of course, they didn't have much weapon, but anytime you have him, you have a shot. So Nathaniel Hackett, you could say, and with with the Broncos, he didn't do much, but that's not just him. You have to blame, Russell Wilson for that. Russell Wilson tend to hold on to the ball longer, and of course to run around to make plays. Nathaniel Hackett's system it's a quick release. Snap the ball out. You look at 1, 2, 3, read quickly. You let the ball out fast. So it make it difficult for the quarterback to be sacked because you operating from the three-step drop. So it's a different system. Well, it's the same. It's a similar to the Mike Shanahan offense. Nathaniel Hackett, Paul Hackett was the dad, and from 2001 to 2004, I believe. 2001 to 2004, he was with the Jets. So they had a similar offense. So they understand that the quick read, ball out. So you need a quarterback that can operate that, and having someone. Well, if anyone you have, like let's say Derek Carr to Aaron Rodgers and so on, they'll be able to let the ball out. So the offense for Nathaniel Hackett can be effective, but you have to have the right quarterback to be able to let the ball out quicker. So having him there, having Nathaniel Hackett being the Jets on the Jets squad, a lot of people there's a lot of speculation with Aaron Rodgers coming to the Jets because Green Bay actually they're willing to trade him. They're willing to trade Aaron Rodgers. They will not trade him to the NFC. They will not trade him to the NFC because again you have to face him once or twice a year at least in the AFC. Usually maybe every 2 years or every whatever. So it's different stuff. So Aaron Rodgers' situation is similar to what he had in previously with Brett Favre. Brett Favre was the quarterback. Aaron Rodgers was a backup. Right now you have Love, so actually ready to go. So you have to move on from Aaron Rodgers. So they talk about before it was two number one picks, but now they will. Peter King, I was said. I think it was Peter King that said the Green Bay Packers are willing to take a second round pick and something else. What that something else is, it could be a third round pick, right? Based on the performance, based on where if that team make the playoff, that's that second round pick and that second let's say if you do a second and a third, that third round pick would move to second, or even if you give a first round pick and a player, right? I don't know. Well, I mean, the Jets loaded on defense, of course. I would say, let's say you give a second round pick in Carl Lawson, all right, and that's it. Or if they want 2 second round picks, or they want a second and something, and that's the thing that again Peter King said that there was a second and something. It could be a conditional pick, whatever, but they willing to, because they realize the $40 million price tag he has. You know, what I mean, that's hampering them from actually getting players. So they're willing to move on. They know, okay, he's not happy, he doesn't want to be there, and they don't want to keep him. It's for the Jets, that's great. I would sign off for that. To have Aaron Rodgers coming in and to know that, okay, he's coming in here to do something else. He's coming in here to perform. I'll take that, because if the Jets have a competent quarterback, of course, I've said it many times. The Jets have, if they do have a competent quarterback, they will win at least 12 games. But with Aaron Rodgers, he gave you opportunity to on a 17-game season, at least 14 games out of that. Will they go undefeated? Probably not, but it gives you the opportunity to win double digits and then actually go to the playoffs. And then from there, you see what happened. So having Nathaniel Hackett as the offensive coordinator, again, in Green Bay, his offense, they were always top 3, top 5, with Aaron Rodgers. So coming to the Jets, you have Garrett Wilson. I think that Elijah Moore, Garrett Wilson would benefit from that. Corey Davis, the Jets are moving on from Corey Davis. So injury prone and dropping a lot of balls, and it's cheaper. It's cheaper to get rid of him and get somebody else. But I could see, Garrett Wilson getting open, and it will be good. The Jets will be good to have that. All right. So as a Jets fan, again, I'm excited. I would be excited to even though I don't like the Nathaniel Hackett hire, but because I haven't seen much to say he will be successful without Aaron Rodgers. So we'll see what happens. All right. So we're moving on. Let's talk about the Patriots. The Patriots, Matt Patricia, they're moving on from him being the offensive, offensive guru, offensive mastermind. These guys get the moniker, they get the names of defensive specialists, offensive specialist guru, all that stuff, and they're trash. That stuff didn't work. And the same thing you see with Joe Judge. You see Joe Judge as a quarterback coach or so on. Mac Jones didn't really like that. He was showing all of that during the games, which says a lot about Mac Jones. I don't like, even though Joe Judge is trash. So Patricia, Joe Judge, all those guys are trash. But I didn't like that. The fact that I didn't like Mac Jones showing them off. Because he was visibly irritated with them. Telling them shut up, doing all that stuff. So as a player, not just a player. You don't want to see stuff like that. Period. It's best to deal with things like that behind the scenes instead of that. So so it is. Again, it's terrible for to have Joe Judge and Matt Patricia as your coach, but hey, it's something. But for New England fans, I know that I have a few New England Patriots fans who watch the podcast. You should be excited because you have a new offensive coordinator in Bill O'Brien, where he's back. So having Bill O'Brien was a perfect fit for any quarterback as an offensive coordinator. As a head coach, he's not. There's a lot of guys who are good coordinators, right? But they're trash as head coaches because they tend to move away from what got them the job. And that's where they they make the huge mistakes. So, but for the Patriots, you should be excited. Bill O'Brien is back, so that's I know Mac Jones is very excited about that. To have Bill O'Brien, he knows that he has someone that will help him. Because you could see from his rookie season, and he was pretty good. He was pretty good, and then he regressed. Of course, Joe Judge, which is the same thing you saw with Daniel Jones and the Giants. That's why the Giants had to get rid of him. They saw they didn't, the guy was not. It was a terrible idea to have him. So but for the Patriots, for the New England Patriots, having Bill O'Brien right now as your new OC, it's good for you. That his system is, it's great for any quarterback, and so Mike Jones will be excited about that. So it's good. I'm excited. I'm excited to. I love to see great football games. I don't want to see blowout like that. I want to see two team battle it out and then see what happens. So even though again I don't like the Patriots, I don't like the Patriots as a Jet fan, but I'm excited to see good football team. I want to see that. So congrats to the Patriots fans. You have a new offensive coordinator and Bill O'Brien. So congratulations to that. Again, the era of Matt Patricia and Joe Judge, just ended. You need that for Matt Jones to do that. Anyway, so moving on to the Cowboys news. Cowboys fans. I have a lot of my friends are Cowboys fans. Shout out to Dave Rodriguez. Shout out to Clarence Freeman, and I know that they're Cowboys fans. So I said, let me put this out for them. Dan Quinn, who's the defensive coordinator, he interviewed for several head coach position, and he could have gotten them, but he elected to stay with the Cowboys. He told the Cowboys he's going to stay as a defensive coordinator. So having him as a defensive coordinator, that's a great thing for the Cowboys. The defense was lights out. It says a lot what he's done. He's as a head coach. As a head coach, man, having the opportunity in the Super Bowl and you were leading up like that and a complete meltdown, that man, he's never gonna outlive that. But as a defensive coordinator, man, he's a solid defensive coordinator from Seahawks to now. You see him with Dallas. Dallas have the players. That defense is stout. I haven't seen a defense like that since I would say from like Rex Ryan days. Coming in. So it's a lot. It's a good thing for him. But for Cowboys fans, you should be excited. Your defensive coordinator and head coach are staying. So that's good for them. But Jerry Jones told Mike McCarthy he's staying as the head coach, but he had to fire six of his coaching staff. Jerry Jones told him, look, he wanted him to stay as long as Tom Landry. Tom Landry was a coach for 29 years with Dallas, and then Jerry Jones fired him when he bought the team. But it says a lot, for them. But Jerry Jones told Mike McCarthy, listen, you got to fire those coaches, and which he did. And I know that those coaches been with him since Green Bay. When he got the job in Green Bay, they've been with him. So him letting them go, that's a lot. But I can't imagine. And then Kellen Moore, right now they're evaluating him. So I'll be surprised that if he still have the job in coming weeks, they might let him go. Because I know they're blaming him for Dak Prescott meltdown. Dak Prescott is not a good quarterback, man. Dak Prescott remind me of Tony Romo. It's the same thing. Those guys are regular season. Regular season, those guys are lights out. They're lights out in the regular season, but then in a playoff, they're gone. Or the big game that matters when you need it. Okay, you need to win the division. Dak Prescott is Tony Romo. It's the same thing. They can't give you that. They can't take your team to the next step. But I know Kellen Moore is he's a good offensive coordinator. He's a good offensive coordinator. He will flourish anywhere he goes. But I know that Dallas Cowboys, with Jerry Jones, they're evaluating him right now, him and his son, to let him go. It's a tough thing, man. It's a tough thing being the head coach for the Dallas Cowboys. Being that Jerry Jones was a former football player. He played offensive lineman, Not in the pro, not NFL, but I'm saying high school and stuff. So he understands football, but it's a tough job as a head coach for Dallas Cowboys. Every Monday, after you play Sunday games, every Monday you gotta win or lose, right? You gotta go sit in Jerry Jones' office, to discuss game plan on what you're gonna do the next game. That's a tough thing. To do that. Or if you play a Monday night, on Tuesday, whatever, you got to sit with him to have weekly meeting with him to discuss game plan. So I never see an owner so involved since the late Al Davis. Al Davis was very involved, but Al Davis was a player, not only a player, he was a coach, and an owner. So you understood. So Jerry Jones was trying to be like Al Davis. Yeah, dude. Okay, you play high school ball. All right, you were offensive lineman. You was 182 pound lineman, offensive lineman. That's I understand. He understand football. I'm not gonna say he doesn't know football. He does. He's not like the typical owners, but as the owner, he's the owner. He's a general manager. So so of course, he's the one that's picking the players. He's the one that's doing all of that stuff. So you got to live up to it. Has he done a good job picking the players? Yes, he has. As an offensive lineman himself, so the Cowboys always have great offensive linemen. They're the best in the league on that. So you got to give him credit. You have to give him credit because he's able to pick the players to do that. It's just that I think that their involvement, that you got to back up a little bit to do that, because the coaching staff just doing too much to have to come and talk to you, so it's not it's not that, what I mean. So you got to and I don't think. Do you think that Dak Prescott's worth $40 million? No. What has he done for for that? So but there's no plan B. They don't have anybody else. So of course they're gonna take it. So but it's rough. You give a guy $40 million, $40 million, and you think, okay, with the $40 million that you give him, he's gonna do something else. But Dak Prescott is the same as Tony Romo. Lights out. They put up great numbers in the regular season, but then playoff, they disappear. So that's a lot. So, but and then having Jerry Jones, again, he's not the typical owner, right? Do have a radio show in Dallas. You have a radio show where he's talking sports. He's talking Dallas weekly. The same way I'm talking to you on this podcast. Jerry Jones doing the same thing. So he's also a fan, but for him it's more about selling tickets. Having that stadium full all the time. Would I say that he care more about filling up the stadium than he does a championship? I won't say that, but I think that the involvement, it's difficult to tell him that it doesn't work, because his way won championship, right? He won those championship in the '90s. They were winning championships, so of course, he know that it worked. So he's been doing this for a long time. He couldn't do that with Landry. He couldn't do that when forgot the coach name. My God, I'm drawing a blank right now, but I'm gonna move on. I don't want to waste time with you, but still, Mike McCarthy, he's okay. He's a good coach. I'm gonna give him that. He's a good coach, but I know I can imagine to have a boss on you like that. It could wear you down. But McCarthy seemed like a yes man to me. So he's gonna do whatever possible to make things work. I don't want to just say he's a yes man, but I'm just saying he's gonna do whatever possible, because this is it for him. If he get fired in Dallas, he would never get another job again. Because a lot of teams in the NFL think that his system's old, and it's antiquated. They want something different. Too complex. But anyway, so for Dallas fans, you should be excited. Dan Quinn will stay as your defensive coordinator, and Dan Quinn, he's playing it smart. So him staying automatically elevate him to the assistant coach, right? Not only is it he's a defensive coordinator, but I push him as the assistant coach. So if Jerry Jones ever fire McCarthy, he's the next in line. You know what I mean? He's next in line. So he playing his card right. He realized that. Yeah, he could go somewhere else, or he could stay where he is, and he's comfortable. His family's comfortable there in Dallas, so he didn't want to go somewhere else. To start all over. So he wanted to just stay. The kids already acclimated with, over there in Dallas, so he's staying there. For not for his family and also the comfort that And Jerry Jones told him, listen, you could go somewhere else to get a job, or you could stay here and let's run this back. So which is good. The another news, like the Carolina Panthers, man, I'm very disappointed in the Carolina Panthers. Yes, they hire Frank Wright as the head coach, right? They hire Frank Wright as the head coach, but that it's a slap in the face for Steve Wilkes. All right. Steve Wilkes took the job with they trade all the players, pretty much. Right? Yeah, Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, trash. Right? He took Steve Wilkes, as the interim coach. He won 6 games. They were 6-6, 1 game away from going to the playoff. It was a weak division. All right, 1 game away from going to the playoff. Right? With practice squad players, 12 games, and it's a shame. The moment that the season over, right? 90 minutes after the season over, the Panthers, they give a job to it was already on the work, but they give a job to Anna Wright. That's Frank Wright's daughter, right? They give a job to and marketing. They give her a job, and according to my sources, that allegedly the Carolina Panthers already. The minute they fire, the head coach, the minute Frank Wright was fired by the Colts because for being terrible. By the way, listen, Frank Wright was fired because the Colts were terrible under him. Right, under him, people are giving him credit for what he did with the Eagles as an offensive coordinator, and it's Doug Peterson. Doug Peterson was the mastermind. Okay. I'm not saying that Frank Wright is trash, but all the credit, you have to go to Doug Peterson. You see what he's done with the Jacksonville Jaguars, with Trevor Lawrence. Okay, so it wasn't Frank Wright, and you saw when Frank Wright had an opportunity to go to the Colts. Before he got there, the Colts were relevant, and then him being there, they're trash. And the Colts had better players than Carolina Panthers. And they were trash, the bottom of the league on everything, on offense. So, and Steve Wilkes, who took the team in 12 games span, they were 6-6. They were 1 game away from going to the playoffs. He would have, and you could have given the guy a chance. That's why they're being sued right now. The same lawyer who had the case for Brian Flores is also suing the Carolina Panthers because, again, according to my source, they already offered him the job the minute he got fired from the Colts, right? The Carolina Panthers owner already offered him the job, and but they didn't tell Steve Wilkes that, and they dismantled that team, and with practice squad players. And the guy went 6-6, 6-6 as the interim head coach, 1 game away from the playoffs. They interview him, right, twice. They interview him twice for the head coach job. He was the interim coach. They wanted to remove the interim tag from him. They interview him. They interview him twice. But it was just to pleasure to meet the Rooney rules that they had to interview a minority coach. So they did that, knowing that they already promised a job to Frank Wright. So the minute the season over, Frank Wright daughter, Anna Wright, she decided she posts, a dream job for the new year, whatever. She posts that, man, a dream job with the Carolina Panthers, and I don't think it was meant for her to post it, and man, they're in deep trouble. Her family, her dad, her mom wanted her to take it down quickly, but it was already posted. It was already posted. The minute you post it, somebody already have it. So they didn't want it to the organization call her to quickly take it down because because they had an interview set up. They had an interview set up with Steve Wilkes. So they set up 2 interviews with him. Right? They set up 2 interviews with him as if, okay, he would have stayed. They would have removed the tag from him, the interim tag, and made him the official head coach. But then the daughter blew the whole thing. She getting a job with the Carolina Panthers. And so when you following the money, you following the receipts, the dad, Frank Wright, was already promised the job. They already hired him. He was a head coach on paper, on their record. They already hired him. They were just waiting for the season to be over. So all they did, they just played Steve Wilkes. They just made him interview, and that's a shame. That's a shame. Black coaches in the NFL, don't get the opportunity like that. Like you see in the NBA. The NBA have done a lot, and I'm proud of them for what they're doing. With all the head coaches, all the stuff. So it's a great thing for them to hire black head coaches. But the NFL hasn't done that. It's a slap in the face that they're allowing all this thing to happen. You have the guy 1 game away from the playoff, and then you could have kept the job. But the daughter, that's why they're being sued right now. So that's it. You know what I mean? So I am disgusted by that, but it's a huge lawsuit. All right. But anyway, I'm moving on to the Arizona Cardinals. They interviewed Brian Flores, and they interviewed for the head coach position, and they interviewed Aaron Glenn, who's my guy Aaron Glenn, also for the position, and they also interviewed Sean Payton. Now, that because of the lawsuit, right? Because of the lawsuit that Flores have, now the same lawyer already filing a lawsuit with the Carolina Panthers, and they're also filing a lawsuit with the Texan, because Texan wanted Brian Flores before you went to before the lawsuit and stuff like that. They wanted him, right? So they interview everybody that they interview. And I interviewed for everybody they interviewed before except Brian Flores. So of course they're gonna be sued for So come on, why you don't want to interview him now? So of course they're gonna be sued. They're filing a lawsuit on that. But Arizona's watching. They're being careful with it. Now, if they give the job to Sean Payton, I don't think that Sean Payton is a Super Bowl winning coach. So if they give the job to Sean Payton over Brian Flores, I'm okay with that. Everybody will be okay with that, knowing that you hire somebody else, but but anyone else you give the job to, it's a lawsuit. So I think that it would be great, to have Brian Flores with Murray, even Aaron Glenn. Even Aaron Glenn. I'm rooting for Aaron Glenn as a Jet, as a former Jet. So I'm excited to see him do well. I'm excited for that. Even Brian Flores. So it'll be great to see that. So so it's good. And you have Michael LaFleur. Congrats to him. So he knew he was getting the job. He knew there's a lot of teams that wanted to hire him, of course. So when the Jets season over, the Jets wanted to bring in a specialist, right? They wanted to bring a specialist to oversee him. Being an offensive coordinator now, you have to, there's a lot of things that goes with it. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things that goes with it. You gotta focus on everything. So it's big. as an offensive coordinator, it's big, and defensive coordinator. That's bigger than the coach, than the head coach itself, because you're doing so many things, so so many schemes, so many stuff, so it's a lot. So the Jets wanted to bring somebody to oversee his work, and he's like, forget that, I don't want to deal with that. So he said, you know what? So they mutually part ways. He told the Jets, hey, I wanna leave. You could fire me, because he had other opportunities somewhere else. And people are laughing. What opportunity? What opportunity? But I knew, talking to those few sources, the Rams, the Rams, the Raiders, the Chargers, even the 49ers and Green Bay, they all wanted him, but he ended up going with with the Rams, which is a perfect opportunity for him as an offensive coordinator there. So congrats to him. Again, I don't think he was he was bad at it with the Jets. It was just a quarterback. So it showed that whoever came in other than Zach Wilson, the Jets had success. It was just the bad quarterback. Yes, Mike White got hurt, but you see, before he got hurt, he was moving the ball. It was just Zach Wilson and Joe Flacco was just trash. So that's what. But they blame it on Mike LaFleur. But I don't think that. I think he's a good coach. He did a lot to for that. So so it's good. So congrats to him for landing the job with the Rams. So you have a good quarterback, and that would be great. And then you see the Colts. So I'm happy for them. Then I want to say congrats to well, not congrats, Raheem Morris. Yeah, and so you see Raheem Morris interview for the Colts job, and there's a lot of people who interview for that job with the Colts. It's just Saturday gonna stay as the coach. You know what I mean? It was a bad experiment. That didn't work. I know you see in a view back there from my land. It's all right. It's a great view back there. But anyway, yeah. You have Raheem Morris, interview. There's a lot of movement. This time around. There's more coming. More team. Building, firing coaches and getting other coaches, and because it's a revolving door. The NFL is a revolving door. You have a lot of friends in the NFL, so which is good. And I want to say congrats to LeBron James. LeBron James, the greatest of all time. He's the second player in the history of the NBA. Only one person was selected to 19 times to All-Star, 19 All-Star. That was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Now it's LeBron James' second player. To be selected 19 times. Jordan played 15 years in the league, right? 12, 13, 14, 15. Jordan was trash. 12, 13, 14, 15. Jordan was trash. So, you know what I mean? So, like I said, year 12, 13, 14, 15, Jordan played 15 years in the league. He was trash. But LeBron made 19 All-Stars. I know that, he would have made 20, he would have made 20 because one year, he was hurt, he was out. So, but to have somebody make, 19 straight All-NBA, that's a lot. That's a lot. Jordan never made all those All-NBAs. Like I said, man, the guy, so congrats to LeBron James. You gotta give the guy credit. You have to be a hater, because right now he needs 158 points, 158 points to pass Kareem. 158 points, and by February 7th or whatever, he'll break the record already and put up, the fact that with the way he's playing right now, the guy playing at MVP level, right? He's playing at an MVP level. He's the only player in the history of the NBA, listen to me, LeBron James, in the history of the NBA, not only he's the second player after Kareem to make 19 straight All-Stars. No one ever done that. No one. Right? But in the history of the NBA, LeBron James, the only player, the number one to beat every team by 40 points or more. Clippers were the only team that he didn't beat, but he beat them 40 plus, 40 plus, man. He dropped 40 plus on every team. No one ever done that. So those records never gonna be broken, man. With the way LeBron talking about playing with his sons, and if you look at it, man, I don't see anybody breaking that record. So that's gonna be tough. So good luck to good luck to whoever try to do that. And right now, people talking about Luka. Luka will have to work out. He will have to work out because that's not. Luka remind me more of Allen Iverson. He just because he have talent, that's it. But then eventually, as Luka start getting older, there's gonna be a lot of wear and tear on his body, and that athleticism gonna go away, and then that's it. You know what I mean? So because AI was trash, maybe because AI never practiced. He's out drinking, partying, and come and play. So it's a similar thing with Luka, but right now he's day to day. He got hurt mouth spring, but you'll be all right. But the way they built that team, you gotta give credit to Mark Cuban for building that team to be sustainable with or without Luka. So that's a lot of things for them. So I give credit to Mark Cuban for that. But anyway, man, I cover a lot of stuff, here. I hope that, again, I appreciate you guys for watching. For wherever you are, the views are important to me. Yeah, the likes are important. The subscriptions are important. They're free. They're all free. All right, the viewing, subscribing, liking, they're all free. All right, look at that. Recap Billy's podcast. All right, sports talk. See that? Recap Billy's sports talk. I know that they put it at the back, the wrong way. You're supposed to be able to see it, but you can see it. And then 1804. Look at the neck mount on. It's a Haitian statue representing our freedom. But anyway, I could go on that. But anyway, man, the views, you watching the video right now is free. All right, you hitting the like button is free. You subscribing to help me grow this channel. All three, viewing, right? Viewing. I gotta get a manicure. Let me see. Yeah, I gotta get a manicure. it's fading away. Anyway, I didn't realize I have so much nose hair. I'm sorry, guys. I'm being real with you. Anyway, the views, free. Subscription, free. The likes are free. All right? And when I post it on Facebook, Twitter, if you repost, retweet it, that's free. All right? Listen, man, I would appreciate it if you do that for me. Okay? To help. There's a lot of people who watch your stuff. When you post a picture, when you post a story, they see it, right? They see it, but they pass it. They hate on you more than your enemies. So again, I'm trying this. I hope that you can like, you subscribe, and help me grow this channel. All right, and I'm gonna try every week to bring you content and the best I can, and that's that. All right. Anyway, man, coming up next, I'm putting a video for top 10, my top 10 NBA player, greatest of all time. All right. Thank you very much for watching. The Recall Billy's show, Recall Billy's podcast. I appreciate the love and support, and just help me grow this video. All right. This video actually brought to you by Lux Balloon. If you want your whatever parties, whatever it is you got going on, shout out to hit up Lux Balloon. They'll help you, with anything and everything you want. Whether it's a bouquet, whatever it is you want for decoration for your party, your event, hit up Lux Balloon. All right. Peace out.